All right, let me just keep it like this. I gotta apologize to y'all. I have to apologize. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I was on record in the past saying that the Sixers should trade away Joel Embiid. Joel Embiid needs to be traded. If you keep bringing this guy back, having him have great regular seasons, and then you know he's going to get injured, and he doesn't perform to the best of his abilities in the postseason, what's the point of having the guy? You're just going to be in no man's land. That was the dumbest take I could ever have. The dumbest take. Want to know why? How are the Brooklyn Nets right now? They traded away Kyrie Irving. They traded away Kevin Durant. And they haven't made the play-in. So I apologize to Sixers fans for even bringing up the idea that Joel Embiid, he should be on the trading block. Because I would rather have the hope, even if it's a false illusion, I'm in a false reality, still having the hope that Joel Embiid and the Sixers team could make a deep playoff run is much better than knowing, without Joel Embiid, we're not going to do nothing. Like, knowing that for sure. We know for sure if the Sixers are without Joel Embiid, they're not doing anything. They were 14-27 this season without Joel Embiid. 14-27. They literally wouldn't make the play-in. They would actually be worse than the Nets. Worse than them. With Joel Embiid, they're 28-8, best record in the NBA, just by win percentage. So Joel Embiid, he's that guy. If he was healthy, he would have been an MVP candidate. So I got to give him that respect. And what I've seen in these past two games, man, oh man, this guy has been hooping. And if this is how Joel Embiid looks after all that time missed, and he's just now getting his legs under him. I mean, a great win against OKC. A great win against Miami. And now the rest of the 5 games are against some bottom tier opponents. I mean, we have the Grizzlies, the Spurs, Detroit, Orlando, the Nets, right? So out of those 5, we really should go 5-5, but I'll be on the safe side. We'll go 4-5 to end the year. This was a great win against Miami, not only for seeding, for a tiebreaker in terms of, if we do have the same record as Miami, if we lost, we would lose that tiebreaker. Now we have better chance if we get a better record and all that to go ahead and surpass Miami. So all in all, phenomenal win by the Sixers. Let me go to Tyrese Maxey. 37 points, 11 assists, 9 rebounds. He almost had a triple-double, and oh my gosh, Maxey, you're a gem. You're a gem. I mean, seeing you play, the happiness Tyrese Maxey plays with is something every single person should carry into whatever profession you have. Whether you're a doctor, whether you're a lawyer, whether you're a teacher, whether you're a journalist, if you have the passion and just like that aura that Maxey has, like you can just feel it when you're looking at your TV. Like, this guy loves basketball. He loves being a Philadelphia 76er, and he loves playing at the highest level. And being with Joel Embiid, even though Joel Embiid is not 100%, it still helps Maxey so much in terms of opening the floor, allowing more attention to Joel Embiid, because it's a little bit different, right? It's a little bit different when Joel Embiid is out and now everybody has all eyes on Tyrese Maxey. But now when Embiid comes back, even though he's not 100% healthy, all the attention is going to go to Joel Embiid. And so now you have a situation where Tyrese Maxey is back at the point where he was earlier this year, where he's going to get more looks because the defense is focusing on Joel Embiid. And I actually think this time that Tyrese Maxey had without Embiid helped him a lot, because he knew with Joel Embiid out, it's a whole bunch of pressure on him, right? it's a whole bunch of eyes. The defense only has the game plan really for him. And he struggled a little bit, right? He had a couple of, some bad shooting nights and all that. But now it's much, much easier, super easy to get buckets now with Embiid back because it's like, I'm not getting that much attention anymore. That's what Maxey's thinking, like, this ain't nothing. I used to have, double teams, triple teams, all that stuff with Embiid out. Now with Embiid in, I can just, go crazy one-on-one on these guys. I mean, he's about to feast. He's about to feast, bro. And one thing that I know about Tyrese Maxey is come playoff time, he's going to show up. He will show up. The game that I knew Tyrese Maxey was going to be that guy, the game that I knew that Tyrese Maxey, he doesn't fold when pressure comes, is in that game 5 against Atlanta in the semifinals in 2021. When Ben Simmons, he was in foul trouble, the Sixers needed somebody to step up, and it was Tyrese Maxey that came and saved the day as a rookie. So he has that it factor. Maxey has something about him that makes you be like, oh, I can trust him when, it hits the fan. Like he has that gift. Kelly Oubre. Daryl Morey's best move as a GM for the 76ers was acquiring Kelly Oubre on a veteran minimum contract. Now, I don't know how this happened. I don't know how Kelly Oubre was available to get him on a minimum contract, and after his season with the Hornets where he scored at a high clip, I was surprised. I was super, super shocked that Kelly Oubre was even available. But acquiring Kelly Oubre was easily Daryl Morey's best decision. Since the beginning of the year, Oubre has been hooping, dog. Has been hooping. And then with Embiid out, Kelly Oubre and Maxey were some of the only guys that consistently were getting buckets, bro. So Kelly Oubre is really, really coming into his own and showing why that he'll need an extension next offseason when the Sixers want to retool with this cap space they have. You need to give some of the money that you're giving to Tobias Harris, give that to Kelly Oubre. If Tobias is making $35 million, if you want to, bring it down to like 25 and give Oubre 10, split it up like that, that would be a good job. That would be a good job. So, Kelly Oubre, thank you. He had 18 points. He's been getting after it. He's a dog. The Sixers need him. He's been a great addition. Kyle Lowry. Kyle Lowry is a guy that you always want him on your team. Now, did he have his playoff struggles? Yeah, it was against Bron. It was against Bron. Once Bron left the East, he got himself a chip. So, I do expect somebody like Kyle Lowry is going to play meaningful minutes come postseason time because Nick Nurse is going to go off of guys that he can trust. He completely trusts Kyle Lowry, and he fully believes that if I have 6 minutes to go in a close game against the Boston Celtics, I would rather have Kyle Lowry than a lot of other guys, as my point guard, or have Maxey as a 2, have Lowry control the offense. Like Kyle Lowry, bro, he still has a lot of game left, and I'm glad that he's back in his hometown of Philly. Can't get anything better than that. So when we talk about postseason time, the Sixers, although they do have a chance to be a 7 seed or a 6 seed, it's most likely that they're an 8th seed. And who's the number 1 seed? The Boston Celtics. They locked that up. They were the first 60-win team. So they've been doing their thing. I'll give them that. In the regular season, I would say that the Celtics are extremely terrified of a Philadelphia Sixers team that has a refreshed Joel Embiid. They have their role players playing at a great, great level. They have a championship coach. I'll say this, Celtics fans, you should be terrified of the Sixers. Because in a potential playoff series, so who has the best coach? The Sixers. Nick Nurse will coach circles around Joe Mazzulla. All the Celtics do is chuck up threes and play iso ball in the clutch. All right, cool. Who has the best player? The Sixers. All right, cool. Who has great role players that are clicking at the right time? The Sixers. Kelly Oubre. Tobias Harris, he'll come back. He performs well in the postseason. You have Campaign. He's been hitting timely threes. Kyle Lowry, Buddy Hield, who came in specifically for Joel Embiid. So I just think that, this Sixers team is in prime position to make this a long series against the Celtics, make this something that they're going to be sweating their pom-poms about. And if one thing goes our way, just like how Kawhi Leonard had like that ball hit the rim like 5 times before it went in, I believe that the Sixers, if stuff goes their way, a little bounce here, bounce there, a little bit of luck sprinkled in with some hard work, I believe that the Sixers can knock off that number 1 seeded Celtics team and have a deep playoff run. And Nick Wright, he said something that I liked on the Western Conference side. It might be good for the Lakers to face the Nuggets early than facing them like later on in the postseason when they have some wear and tear and all of that. I feel the same way with the Sixers, right? And the Celtics. You have a guy in Joel Embiid who'll be fresh, super fresh. Versus like, let's say the Sixers meet the Celtics in the semifinals, the conference finals. It's like they would have already, had several games where, got to play like 40-plus minutes, all that stuff. Like, the wear and tear is going to come back. He might be more tired. But if you get the Celtics in the first round, especially with the Sixers team that has low expectations, they don't have the same expectations they had in the beginning of the year. Because Joel Embiid has been out, they were 14-27 without him. I believe that, like, when you look at it, they see it as we're playing with house money. We aren't even supposed to have a deep playoff run. Our star player has been out all year. Everybody has counted us out. So I think that the Sixers are in prime position to be like, yo, we playing with house money. We're playing against a team that has all the pressure on them. They need to get to the finals and win a championship. For them, it's championship or bust. For us, it's like, hey, let's see what you can do. You become very, very dangerous. So, again, I'm loving this Sixers team. That belief is back. And I can't wait to see what this Sixers team does in the postseason. And if we can knock out the Celtics, y'all going to hate me, man. Y'all going to hate me. Like, comment, subscribe, do all that jazz. With that being said, y'all, it's Real Talk with Miles Johnson, where I always keep it real. I'm out, y'all.